In this video, we're going to discuss the concept and the problems on percentages increase or decrease concept, right? So let's see an example first. So let's say there is a person who's actually riding a bike. So let's say, yeah, Vayu is his name, right? So let's say that Vayu is actually riding his bike at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour, right? Now, so when boy is traveling at 100 kilometers per hour for certain time, after certain time he suddenly got a call, okay, say like from his father, saying that he has some urgent work. So he asked him to come fast to his home. Now you tell me what boy will do. Yes, definitely boy is going to increase his speed. Why? Because his father asked him to come earlier, no? So he has to definitely increase his speed, then only he can reach his home earlier. So he started his speed now as 150 kilometers per hour, which is too dangerous, but still assumption. Okay, just an assumption case. Now, so he's traveling at 150 kilometers per hour sometime for some time after like increasing speed. But so when he's traveling at 150 kilometers per hour, he covered certain distance of it, and then he suddenly got one more call from his father again, saying that okay, why you the task is done or the work is complete, so you not to come earlier, so you come in general way. Okay, so now is there any requirement of traveling at 150 kilometers per hour now? Definitely not. So what boy is going to do, as is there is no requirement of reaching home earlier, right? So as he confirmed that everything is sound and safe, so he will try to decrease his speed. So let's say he tried to decrease his speed back to his 100 kilometers per hour, which is his initial speed, right? So here we have three numbers, but I have four questions for you. Now the very first question, how much speed was increased in the first case, right? Or let me write the cases over the left hand side, so that would give me a way better like space. So case one, so let us say this is case one and this must be case two. Now so case two, how much speed got decreased? The question two, how much speed got decreased? So again, talking about the case one, the third question, how much percentage of speed got increment? Okay, now case two, talking about the fourth question, how much percentage of speed got decrement? Now I know like mostly you'll give me, sir, 50 50 50 50 would be the answers for each and every question over here, right? But let us check. Look, talking about the case one, from 100 to 150 he went. That means he increased the speed with a plus 50 kilometer per hour, if I'm not wrong. Where plus says increment, it is not required, but still just the reference, right? Just to showcase that is an increase. Now, so in the second case, from 150 he dropped down to 100. That means he decreased the speed by 50 kilometers per hour, reaching 100 kilometers per hour. So minus talks about the decrement, right? Or you can say 50 kilometers per hour is the decrement that happened. But here we have something called percentage increase, and the next is percentage decrease. So where we have to apply a formula called percentage change. So this change can be of two types. One is either increment or the second could be decrement. So the formula that will be utilized over the percentage change is very simple, which is the difference of the values upon, we can say, the initial value, right? Or at certain times we can also use the term called compared value, right? I'll talk about this compared value later on, but I'm going to talk about the initial value as of now into 100. So this is the formula that we're going to use every time whenever we have a question on percentage change, right? So let's talk about the third question, which is actually case one, where there is a percentage increment happened now. When the value increases, percent also must increase. Now how much? Let us see what is the difference between these two values from 100 to 150. So the difference is 50 upon, can you tell me what is the initial value? Look, initial means, or you can say the beginning or the start. So from 100 to 150 means always from must be the initial. So that says 100 is the initial value into 100 again. That clearly says 50% is the increment that happened. 50% increment, right? So third answer is also everybody correct, but you went wrong with the fourth answer, if I'm not wrong. What is it? So case two, here percentage decrement happened. Again, how much percentage decrement? The difference is 50, because from 150 to 100, that means again the difference is 50. But here if you observe, the initial value is different. Look, in the second case, the initial value is how much, everybody? From is the initial value, so that says 150 must be the initial value. Instead of 100 you have taken, and that says 51s are 53s are, so 1 by 3 in terms of percent is how much? 33.33 percentage decrement. I hope you all understood where you went wrong, everybody, now. Right, people? So this is the concept of the percentage increment and decrement. Right, everybody? So this is how we basically answer the question on all percentage change, or which is actually percentage increment or also decrement, through this formula. Right, I hope this concept is very, very crystal clear with this example of vayu. Right, you can just remember these two numbers. And by the way, everybody, you have one more greatest advantage when you have same values. What are the same values? I'll tell you. Look, for example, there is a case called from 100 to 150, from 150 to 120. Now, definitely you must be doing how much percentage increment and how much percentage decrement. But here, if you observe, the initial value, the beginning value, and the final value both are same. So, can I represent this as from 100 to 150? At the same time, from 150 to 100. So now everybody, if you do observe, it's like a cycle. Now whenever we have initial and the final value as the same, everybody, we can apply a small strategy. What is that? Look, if you observe, what is the percentage change you got? 50% is increment. Now 50% in terms of fraction is almost dear 1 by 2. Now if you observe, if there is any increment of 1 by 2, there will be a decrement of 1 by 3. Right, I'll tell you in simple terms. If 1 by x is the increment, how much would be the decrement? 1 by x plus 1 would be the decrement. For examples, if 1 by 2 is the increase, how much should get decreased? 1 by 3. If 1 by 4 is the increase, how much should get decreased? 1 by 5 should get decreased. Is that crystal clear, everybody, enough? How simply we can answer such questions now? So either one only we need to find out. Right, so for example, if 1 by 5 is the 1 by 6 is the decrease, everybody, how much would have been the increase? Then 1 by 5 would have been the increase. So either one you find, you can find easily the other one. So no need to find again separately with the formula and all. Right, but when the initial and final are not same, then we have to definitely apply the concept of percentage change formula. Right, so 50 by 100, so that gives me 50%, which is 1 by 2 here. If you observe here, like the change is 30 upon 150 into 100, that says 31s are 35s are 1 by 5 is 20% is decrement. And everybody, 20% is basically 1 by 4. So there is no relation of 1 by 2 and 1 by 4 if you observe. Right, everybody? So that's what I can clearly say you. Right, so I'll just give you a synopsis. So just take it down if possible. So people, whenever the initial and the final values are same, initial value is equals to final value in a cycle of change, right? So what you can do, if 1 by x is the increment, 1 by x plus 1 must be the decrement, right? For example, if 1 by 2 is the increment, what must be the decrement? 1 by 3. If 1 by 4 is the increment, what must be the decrement? 1 by 5. Right, everybody? Now, not always 1 can be the numerator. No? Sometimes 2 can be the numerator in that cases. For example, if 2 by 3 is the increment, how much should be the increment? Now, most of you will be thinking 2 by 4, but I'm sorry, wrong. As the numerator is 1 over here, you have added that one. So here, the numerator is 2. So you must add 2 to the denominator part. That says 2 by 5 decrement, everybody. I hope you all got it. So what is it, everybody? So if n by x is the increment, okay, if n by x is the increment, what must be the decrement? N by x plus n must be the decrement, everybody. Right, people? So these are the two valid and the most important points that you must be very, very aware of. For example, if 3 by 4 is the increment, what must be the decrement? 3 by 7 must be the decrement. If 4 by 9 is the increment, what must be the decrement? 4 by 13 must be the decrement. Right, everybody? So that's how you can easily answer through just one case. No requirement of finding the other with the formula again. Right? If not, If not, like initial value is not equals to final value, then we have to go with the percentage change formula, which is nothing but the difference upon the initial value or compared value into 100. So IV is initial, CV is compared. Right, everybody? So this is how you can find the percentage increment and decrement so simply. Let's see some questions so that you can understand it better. Right? Now let's go into the problems of percentage increment or decrement. Now at a supermarket, a certain item, so there is a certain item and its price has been increased from 75 cents per pound to 81 cents per pound. So, okay, so initially the value is 75 cents per pound, but after some time, at a certain period of time, the increased value is 81 cents now. The question is, what is the percentage increment in the cost of the item? Look, definitely price increased means percentage also should increase. Now, you know what is percentage change basically? It is nothing but the difference upon initial value into 100. Now, so percentage increment here is nothing but what is the difference between these two values? 81 cents minus 75 cents upon what must be the initial, everybody? Look, from 75 it went to 81, so that is from must be the initial, so 75 into 100. Now, so 81 minus 75 would give me definitely 6 cents upon 75 into 100. Now, so that gives 25 fours are 25 threes are 3 ones are 3 twos are, and that says 8 percentage increment it happened, everybody. How much percentage increment? It is 8 percentage increment. It's option C for you. So that's how easily we can solve the problems on percentage in increment, percentage increase or decrease GS. Right? Now moving on to the one more question. So here again there is a percentage error that happened. So error again, how much error of increment, how much error of decrement, we can talk in that terms also. Now what happened? A teacher by mistake entered a student of as 320 marks instead of 400. What is the percentage error? Again, percentage error means percentage change only. There is a change in terms of percentage also happened. What is the change? Now difference upon the initial value into 100. Right? Now what is the difference? The difference is difference of these two values is 80 marks upon. Now everybody, if you do observe very properly, right, the initial value, if you can take the initial value as 320, if you are willing to take it as 320 or if you are thinking it is 320, I'm super sorry, you are wrong. Why? Look, if you observe very properly, given instead of 400, so actual value should be 400. That means the initial value must be 400, but the error taken value is 320. Right, everybody? So that says the difference is upon 80 upon the initial value is 400 into 100. Now 81s are 85s are 400. So 5 ones are 520s are, that says percentage error is nothing but 20%, everybody. So how much percentage change happened? It is 20% change. Right, everybody? And is it increment or decrement? Look, the term itself is actually it should be 400, but it is taken as only 300. Sorry, 320. So there is a decrement happened. Now how much decrement happened? 20% decrement had happened. And if, for example, if the options are like 20% increment and option A 20% decrement, then you have to choose for option EDS. I hope you all understood the case over here also. So increment or decrement also matters the most. They won't give directly, right? They'll give indirectly, and will not get in the answers also directly. We must understand through the question itself, right? Yes. Now moving on to the next. Okay, answer this. The price of a book is 20% more than a pen. By what percentage is price of a pen is less than a book? Okay, very simple. But people, here there are two entities. One is book and the other is pen. In order to know what is the value of a book, you must always be very well known about the pen. So if you want to assume, whose value will assume, everybody? Exactly, pen's value. So let's pen be 100 rupees cost. Right? Then you tell me, everybody, what will be the cost of a book or what will be the price of a book? Given price of a book is 20% more. Already we have seen overall percentage. every value will be 100 percentage, and here it is 20 percentage more, means what is the overall percentage? Overall percentage is 120% of the initial one. So that gives me 120 is the cost price of a book. Right, everybody? Now, so what is the question? 100 to 120, there is an increment of 20 percentage. 20% is actually how much, everybody? 1 by 4. Actually, all these are not required. I'll tell you. Now, mostly you'll be solving in this way. By what percentage is the price of a pen less than a book? So, percentage less is equals to difference upon, like, the compared value here. Look, if you observe, pen price is getting compared with the book price. It is not initial value now anymore. Let everybody see, we talks about the compared value. So here we are not anywhere talking about the initial or the final. We are talking about the compared one into 100. So what is the difference if you observe? The difference is 20 upon with what it is getting compared, everybody? Pen is getting compared to the top book. Right? So whatever it is getting compared to that of, will take that specific object, everybody. So basically I'll tell you very simply. Whatever it is after than the top, after than that of, you must take that person as a CV, right? Just remember this point, everybody. This is a very, very important point, right? So the book is how much costing? Book is 120 into 100, and that gives me 21s are 26 are, so 1 by 6 in terms of percent is how much, everybody? 16.66 percentage, right? So this is what you exactly will do for getting the answer. But I'm super sorry, there is not even a requirement of one single word you are writing. Why? People, listen, if you observe. The question is, initially you thought 100 and finally you thought 120, right? So if increment is this one, they're asking how much pen is lesser than a book, means they're talking about the same values. So if you observe, if 1 by 20 percentage means how much fraction? 1 by 5. So if 1 by 5 is the increment, how much should be the decrement here? It should be 1 by 6 decrement now. Already we have seen how much is 1 by 6. 1 by 6 is nothing but 1 by 3 by 2. Look, 1 by 3 is 13, like 33.33 percentage. Then how come you can get 1 by 3? 1 by 6. 1 by 6 is nothing but 1 by 3 by 2. So 13.33 by 2 will give me 16.66% as a super simplest fastest answer. So no need to do all these steps now. Is that clear, everybody? Why I told you this particular step? 1 by x increment, that definitely says 1 by x plus 1 decrement should happen. That 1 by x plus 1 decrement is nothing but 1 by 6 decrement. 1 by 6 is nothing but 16.66. Directly we can answer the question with no word written. So that's the power of percentage decrement when we have same final and initial values, everybody. Right? I hope you all understood the shortcut use. Shortcut. This is a very general way to answer the question. Right? Yes. So thank you for watching the part of the video. So in this video we have discussed percentage change. So